right, good morning, everybody. Joe Van Doren here, and welcome to our Virtues Pick for today. Let me adjust that just a little bit. There we go. And I'm very excited to be here with you and to have probably my most favorite virtue of them all, and one that I've worked on for many, many years. And that word, that virtue, is peacefulness. And that's something that we all want. So let's talk about it a little bit and read the description first. And it goes like this. Peacefulness is inner calm and tranquility. It is a sense of harmony with all creation. Inner peace comes from quiet reflection and prayer. We release the past and let anxiety go. We keep a graceful peace, not allowing ourselves to be rushed or overwhelmed. We do not give in to anger. We resolve conflict in a just and gentle way. Peace is giving up the love of power for the power of love. We choose the unity of peace over the fragmentation of fear. Peace in the world begins with peace in our lives. So, wow, there's just a couple things in here that really stand out to me for my own use. And the first thing is this idea that our inner peace comes from quiet reflection and prayer. And one of the things that I've found for myself is that when I take the time, and I do every morning and most evenings, unless I fall asleep too fast, take some time for meditation, for some quiet reflection, to empty the mind, to slow things down so that we don't have all those things going on in our head that that raises all kinds of questions and things for us to think about. So I think that's certainly a beginning, and it is that inner peace. It's that point where our outside persona becomes connected or aligned with our inner person, our inner being, the source of ourselves. And that source always sees things in the most peaceful way. That our inner being always sees things in a way that is full of love and joy and satisfaction and peacefulness. And it's our outside, our outer persona, that gets all confused and messed up with the things that are tripping us up, that are triggering us, that are hooks that that grab us and take us for a ride. And so what I have found for me is that when I take time to meditate on a regular basis, and for some, it might just be quiet reflection, just to quiet their mind. For others, it might be prayer. It might be some other thing that you do. It could be a walk in nature. It could be anything that we do that helps us to let anxiety go, to relax our thought process and to keep those automatic, distorted thinkings from coming up and destroying what is real for our inner self. And so that's the thing that comes up for me the most. And of course I will also just comment on this very briefly, and that until we can find inner peace with ourselves, and until we can practice, and this is step 2, until we can practice it within our families so that we're peaceful with those around us, we're not giving in to anger, we're not trying to maintain control over everybody and everything around us, where we are more interested in what is right versus who is right. When we can do that with our family, then it becomes much easier for us to transfer that and to maintain that sort of attitude outside of the family. It's just my experience. And so, it begins with us first. And so, in the anger management classes that I teach, one of the first things that we talk about is that anger is a choice, and we can also choose to be peaceful. And that is a choice. And it was something that I had to do years and years ago. And, it's always still a work in progress. And so, we just keep working at it, right? it does make us feel better when we're more peaceful. And so I just encourage everyone to take those steps, to make the choice to be peaceful, to take the time to reflect and to have meditation on a daily basis, on a regular basis, and then start practicing it, not just with ourselves in the way we talk to ourselves and the way that we treat ourselves, but also, and just as importantly, with our family, with our spouses, our partners, with our children. Because in that light of dealing with our children, I always this thought here of giving up the love of power for the power of love is probably it's very applicable to the way we deal with our children as the bigger and more authoritative person in the room. So choose peace, right? That's a little saying that people say, but many people, they choose peace as long as you agree with them. And as soon as you disagree with them, then it all breaks loose. And that's not what we're talking about at all. How do we teach our kids to develop this virtue of peacefulness within themselves? I believe that it comes from a couple of different things. Number one, children need to believe that they're safe, and they also need to believe that they are that they belong to something bigger than just themselves. And when they have those two feelings, and we combine that or we maintain that with prayer or with meditation or time to quietly reflect as a family, and we do so in family meetings and times of fun and relaxation, we're really teaching our children to be more peaceful. It's something, all of the virtues all of the virtues need to be talked about on a regular basis, and more importantly, they need to be demonstrated by the parents first, and then the children will pick that up. And when they stray off that road, or when we, the adults, stray off that road, we can just simply ask ourselves about that virtue. How could I show this virtue more in this situation, right? And the same thing goes for peacefulness. So how can I be more peaceful with this? How can I be more peaceful with myself? Because generally speaking, the problem, no one makes us angry, right? We have our distorted thoughts and automatic thoughts and all those things going on in our head that create that feeling of anxiety and disappointment and frustration and all those lower level areas of anger, and it comes out. And so peacefulness then starts with us. We must make the decision to be peaceful. So those are my thoughts today about that. And I will just say that, a long time ago, I was instructed by one of my mentors to learn to teach peace. And that was really a second turning point in my life. My first turning point was when I was in my early 30s, where I decided that I wanted to be more peaceful, that I didn't want to be angry. But then my second turning point was when someone instructed me to learn to teach peace. And it was a good thing for me to learn that and to work on that. So thank you very much for being here today. Practice peacefulness. Don't just choose it, practice it. And then keep practicing all of the virtues, right? And the 4 C's of successful families. And that is clarity, communication, consistency, and community. All right, everybody, until next time. Bye.